Yeah, savage pools and patios, we got what you need. If you got the dream, then we got the team. Anything you please, we got it. Fiberglass pools with some LED lighting. Not to mention, we got natural pools too.
All right, so we're ready to do some pool maintenance today. We want to open up the pool, vacuum it, clean it up. To do that, we're going to come over to the touchpad. Standard code's 1, 2, 3, 4. You can change that. The customer already changed that on this one, so we're going to enter the code, hit the check button, and then push and hold the open. And that's going to open up this cover. When you do this, you want to be in full view of the pool and make sure nothing's getting caught up or dragging across with the cover. Once it gets almost to the end, you're going to want to stop, let go of the button, and then just bump it in, so that cover is not running full speed into the end of the tracks. Every pool comes with a vac hose, a brush, a leaf net, a vacuum head, and a fiberglass pool pole. We use the fiberglass pool poles because the aluminum ones bend, so we just give you the upgraded fiberglass pool pole so you're not going through poles left and right. So let's set this vacuum up and I'll show you how to vacuum the pool. Alright, so what I like to do is lay this hose out across the deck so you're not fighting it. It's not noodling up on you. Bring that over to the skimmer. We're going to grab the pole and the vac head. What you're going to want to do is attach this vac head to the pole. It's got two little tabs. Locks right in. And then this hose has two ends, a white end and a blue end. The blue end has a swivel cuff on it. That's what attaches to the vac head. You want to push that in nice and tight. And then you're going to take this with the hose in one hand, pole in the other, and drop it down into the water. Extend your pole out, and then you can push it forward a little bit. You're going to want to remove the lid and take out the basket that's inside the skimmer. Set that aside. And then you're going to want to take this hose and hold it right next to the pool wall and push it straight into the water. What that's going to do is fill this hose up with water so you're not sucking air through the system. So once you got that fully submerged, you'll see water come out. You're going to put this into the mouth of the skimmer. And then there's a hole in the bottom of the skimmer. You're going to put that hose right into that hole and you'll feel it suck right in. All right, once you have that set up, you're going to walk over to the equipment pad and I'll show you what to do right over there. All right, so we got the vacuum hooked up in the pool into the skimmer. What we're going to want to do is open up this lid. There's a button that says Quick Clean. We're going to press that button and it's going to turn this pump on to full speed. And then we're going to want to turn the main drain off so we're only sucking from the skimmer. There's two ways you can do that. You can use this diverter valve on top, which is what I usually do, and just face off to the main drain. Or you can just close the main drain red handle, whichever one you feel like doing. They both do the same thing. So, diverter valve, main drain off, we're sucking only from the skimmer, and then we're going to go back and we'll vacuum the pool. Alright, so this pool is pretty much crystal clear, but I just want to demonstrate, you know, the speed at which you want to run this vacuum. You don't want to go really fast. You want to suck it, not stir it up. So you just bring it back and forth, push it across the pool, and this will suck up anything that's down there. Get to the other side, bring it back, and you'll just want to do this. You can pick a spot to start from, either the shallow end to the deep end or deep end to the shallow end. doesn't really matter. When you get to the edges, you can bounce this vacuum a little bit. That'll sort of push the sand up into the water, and it'll suck it right up into this vac head. Just like that. So anything that you suck up into this is going to go through the skimmer and back to the pump basket. So let's walk over there and I'll show you how to empty out that pump basket. All right, so we're back over at the pad. We just finished vacuuming. Any debris that you vacuumed up is going to make its way to this pump basket. To clean that out, what you're going to want to do is hit the stop button. And remember, anytime you're going to introduce air into this system, you're going to want to close these two valves to keep the water right here so you don't have to reprime the system. So we're going to close those two valves. We're going to pop this lid open, just a little bump with your palm. Take it off, and then you can empty out any debris that's in this basket. Once you have the basket cleaned out, you can put it back. You're going to notice that there's a little slot right here in the basket, and there's a little slot right here in the pump. You're going to want to make sure that these are lined up so this inlet is right in front of the pipe. Once you get that in, make sure that your gasket is still in place. You're going to put that lid back on and just snug it right back. Once you get the lid on, you can turn the pump back on. Hit that start button. Wait till you hear the pump come on. And then we can go ahead, open these two valves. And we can turn this valve back to the middle because we're not vacuuming anymore. So now we're in regular operation mode. We're going to want to bleed the air out of the filter because we introduced air into the system. Once that shoots water out, you can close that. And again, you're going to want to check your chlorinator because we introduced air into that system. So just open this up, make sure that that's full. If it's full, you can close it back down. Nice and snug. Make sure your UV system's on and you're back in normal operation mode. You can go back to the pool, pull out your vacuum. You're going to want to make sure you pull the hose out of the skimmer before you pull the vac head out of the pool. So this way you're not pulling all that air back into the system. So we can go back over there and I'll show you how to disconnect the vacuum. All right, so we're back at the skimmer. We're going to disconnect the vacuum. Just reach into the skimmer. Pull that hose out. You'll feel a little bit of resistance, but it'll pop right out. You can push it back through the mouth, and then you'll come over here. Now you're safe to pull this vac head out of the pool. We can collapse the pole. Remove the hose from the vac, and what I like to do is leave it in the pool and sort of uncoil it, and then you can wrap it up just like this so it's not getting all twisted on you. And this is the easiest way to wrap up one of these hoses without fighting it. Just like that. And that's how you vacuum the pool. All right, so you finish vacuuming the pool, you're done with your maintenance, you're ready to run to the store, you need to close the cover. Come over to the touchpad. The code comes standard 1234. This customer's already changed theirs. So we're going to enter the code, hit the check button, the light's going to turn green, and we're going to push and hold the close button. And that is going to close this cover up. And I'll typically just let it bump right into the coping edge and then let go of the button. And then this green light will go off and the pool will be locked.
Yeah, savage pools and patios. When you need us, call our phone. You are just a splash away from a vacation from home. Savage pools and patios.